And when like a video goes so viral of a kid, everyone around that kid knows. He didn't sign up for that. And to be fair, he's not shooting in a public place. It's a school, right? When I send my kids to school, it's supposed to be a safe place. It's supposed to be a private place. If I'm a parent and I watch it, I'll be like, hey, why is my kid like on your content? Why are you, you know, like it's so tricky. I mean, though it's very important, I feel it's an important work, but where are the lines? You know, once it comes to social media content, the lines are blurry.
And then as of this week, you are part owner of a Singapore F&B group that has 25 F&B outlets. That's why I was asking, do you think this ultimately puts a dampener on people's view of Singapore F&B as a story just like that?
Can it get any lower, the view of Singapore's F&B? Like the number of friends that's like, huh, why are you doing this now? This is like the worst time. Why would you choose to do this?
Do you know how Singapore uses feng shui in its skyline? Why we release millions of mosquitoes across the island every week? The dark stories behind iconic tourist attractions like 𝗙𝗵𝗄𝗏. You don't? Don't worry. That's exactly why Tell You First is back for Season 2. Tell You First is our other podcast where we dive into the most random everyday topics from history, pop culture, science, and even the weird things you Google at 3 a.m. Like how the rap song Why You So Like That changed Singapore's music scene forever. The best part is, only one of us knows the details, while the other is just vibing, guessing, and sometimes just embarrassing themselves. So you get to learn with us, all with a good laugh. And what's special about Season 2? Guest episodes are now on video. That means you can watch us get schooled by our awesome guests like Muna, Gurmit Singh, radio DJ Ray, science educator BioGirl MJ, and many others. Our educational humiliation, all in glorious 4K. Want it fast? Head to the 𝗎 app and watch episodes the moment they drop. Or you can catch them 1 week later on the 𝗎𝗀𝗏 Entertainment YouTube channel. So do yourself a favor and use the link in the show notes, or search for Tell You First on the 𝗎 app, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. And now, onto the podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 𝗖𝗏 your thrice weekly podcast where we talk about the news with a touch of what, Andy?
Humor.
Good old humor.
Good old humor. I made the same mistake. Good old humor.
Good old humor. Good to have you back, man. Andy, this is the 5th time you're coming on our podcast. Because Terence is away. So good to have you back. And also, if you know you're new to the podcast, you might not be as familiar with Andie Chen. Let me try and summarize you. You were you still are an actor, very critically acclaimed actor. Then you were a business owner, and then you went to challenge yourself in Taiwan. You uprooted during COVID. You brought your whole family there to like restart your career there, and now you're doing well there. You got a few gigs coming up, right? Then you were a business owner in the tech space, and then the last time we met you, you were like, you know what? I'm not going to do business anymore. I want to, take a calm life, focus on health and fitness and all that. And then as of this week, you are part owner of a Singapore F&B group that has 25 restaurant F&B outlets. So what is going on, Andy? Is this like midlife crisis?
It sounds like you make me sound like I'm a liar. Like I keep lying about
no, you are like a phoenix. Always reinventing yourself.
No, I don't know about that, but I've been dipping my toes in different things for the past few years.
And I say that with admiration and the fact that I find it very inspiring also, because you are. Okay. You're not like you're still young. Okay, still young, but you're not that young, okay. and you have 2 kids, you have a career that you are pursuing, and yet you are opening up yourself to these sort of opportunities, So maybe the latest one you can give context, because it's fresh off the news, Just this 17th November, you made the announcement, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
what's this about?
Oh, so basically, my younger brother, Adam, and we and our group of investors, we acquired Creative Eateries, which is a local F&B group that has been around since 1992. And then we have under our management like 𝗬𝗏𝗏 Hot Pot, Bangkok Jam, Barossa, Tajimaya, Tanglin Cookhouse. So we have and 2 catering arms as well. So we are now managing that with the help of the outgoing CEO Bonnie, who's also staying as a director to kind of teach us the ropes and guide us along for the next year.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot to unpack there, but the reason why it's interesting we got you on today is because you are just entering the F&B space with quite a big announcement that's based on the future potential, right? But, otherwise, why else enter lah? We can talk about that,
yes,
right?
Yes.
But we can kick off today with like talking about some news also related to the F&B sector lah, which is a different kind of F&B sector, and it's a news that a certain content creator who goes by the handle 𝗏𝗏, because he's an engineer by training.
Oh, I thought it was his surname, like Ing.
His surname Tan lah.
Rainer Tan.
Rainer Tan.
Yes.
So Rainer Tan, he goes by that handle. He's a school canteen stall owner at 𝗏𝗏 School, which is, I mean, the whole school canteen thing is something we've talked about in the past, and how I feel it's sad that, now there's all these central kitchens. So he's been making content for quite a while, very wholesome content on TikTok. And it was a few months ago where he made the news early November, because there was a video of a young kid who was kind of rude to him. And then the video showed him kind of like telling him, respect is mutual. And it went quite viral, like 2.5 million views.
Yeah, I actually saw that. Just appear in my feed. I remember watching that. And then, I mean, I didn't really look carefully, like, where is it from, what is it from? But I didn't even feel like the kid was rude. He was just, he just didn't know lah. He just didn't know how to really communicate.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was pretty nice when I first saw it.
As you're a parent, you grew up in Singapore. When you saw the stall owner acting like that, were any feelings like, hey, how can he talk to a child like that?
He was not rude, what? I mean, I didn't feel he was rude lah. He was firm, and then I mean, like, I think, to me, he just, the way I went to watch some of his videos and stuff, and I feel like why he's attractive to audience as well as the children, apparently, right? The kids like him, right? It's because he speaks in as a friend, right? But as a friend that also knows his boundaries, and like, if you're gonna be rude to me, if a friend is rude to you, you won't want to be friend with him, right? So like I thought, like, that kind of communication, actually, it's quite rare. And I thought it was when I saw it, it felt wholesome lah.
Yeah.
And also when I scroll through all his content, right? Actually, I try to keep off social media as much as possible, even though I do content. I always get a lot of anxiety when I scroll social media, be it like Instagram, TikTok, whatever, especially TikTok. But for like his content, when I scroll through, there is a absence of anxiety, but more of like a I can breathe. Yeah. So I personally I enjoy his content lah.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw much of his content until this came up in the news, until the recent announcement that unfortunately he is not going to be renewing the lease by the end of this year. And I mean, I also watched his content. I think one video that struck me was like, he went on a CNN interview a few months ago, and he wasn't happy with how it went because he was using a lot of filler words. So he just recorded himself trying to get better at talking without filler words while washing dishes at the school canteen. How sweet is that?
Yeah.
I
don't think that's the sweet spot. You feel like normalizing like a normal life.
Yeah.
Like everything is so curated and so fake and so marketing, right? And then when he's doing, he obviously putting a lot of effort and thought into his content.
Yeah.
And then he's presenting it not in a very polished way, but in a very calm way. He's not doing all the fancy editing or whatever, just telling his story. To me, I feel it's like nice. This is a great way to tell stories. And also, it's very interesting, right? Like, don't you have memories of when
school
you
canteen.
were... Yeah. And it's quite special because my kids are studying in Taipei, right? Like, they don't have a recess time and then you go and pay with your own food. It's all packed.
Is it?
Yeah, it's either catered or packed. So they just have a lunchtime and they eat. So it's almost quite a unique thing for us that we have. We learn about money and communicating with adults and stuff. And I think it's quite nice, right? If you have someone like that too.
I agree. You tell that to Terrence. Terrence is the... I mean, I know I'm shitting on Terrence while he's away, but that was our point of...
That's why I'm here. That's the only reason I'm here.
It's been like, 5 minutes since we shat on Terrence. Not bad. I think it's a new record. But basically, I also really feel that that human-to-human interaction is damn important. So when there was a news that came out just a few days ago that he's not going to be renewing, apparently... because of the reactions to certain videos. So, I mean, the thing is, he initially uploaded a video talking about why he's stopping, and then he re-edited the video, and then he took down the video that went viral a few months ago with him telling off the student. And apparently what he said was that it's been tough dealing with, MOE, the parents, the school. But then after that, in the re-edited video, he took that out. So, I mean, there is speculation that it's because of feedback from the public. And I think the principal said that. Like some parents and members of the public complained about certain videos. So you see that, Andie, like how you feel,
How you feel, you begin first.
Damn pissed
I know
off,
you have a very strong feeling about this.
Damn pissed off. If it really, if we are taking it at face value that there were parents and members of the public that complained about that video, and maybe other videos that they talked about filming in a school, like got permit and all. But as far as I found, I don't think he ever shows the face of the kids, right? So that kind of stuff, I think, is damn stupid. And I think it's damn sad that they want to... I don't know what the complaint is, that he shouldn't talk to kids that way. I don't know. Like, so I was sad, but for you?
I actually can understand why. And I also feel like I need to push back on that.
Sure, man.
Okay, yeah. Because first of all, I like his content, and I think he's already trying to do it in a very respectful way. He doesn't show the kids and everything, right? But if you know the kid, you know
the voice and all.
You don't, his likeness, the way he moves, the back of his head, the side of his face, you can tell who it is. And when like a video goes so viral of a kid, everyone around that kid knows. So that kid will be under pressure. Hey, wow, so rude. This kid is not good. He's the bad kid. He gets all these things. He didn't sign up for that, right? You know what I mean? And to be fair, he's not shooting in a public place. It's a school, right? When I send my kids to school, it's supposed to be a safe place. It's supposed to be a private place. So why is my kid being scrutinized like that in a private, safe place? I mean, there are no talent consent form. There are no location release form. There are no nothing. So even if you are shooting anything, I mean, yes, you can say like, Andie, you're being such a spoiler, wet blanket, whatever. But once it comes to rights and everything, right? We have a very clear set of rules of what we can and cannot do. And honestly, we are pushing the limit here. And from the parents and the kids' point of view, I would say that it is not unreasonable. It's not unreasonable.
It's not unreasonable. So, okay, I get that. Of course, this one, the outcome is, wholesome content. Even then, like, of course, I agree that you will be able to identify the kid. I guess if you think about it, like, let's say someone is recording and doing other stuff with the video, then where you draw the line.
Yeah.
So, I also can see why there might be concern, but it just felt like, we don't know what the discussions were, but to go from creating content to like not renewing, and I don't know how difficult it became for him to carry on, whether there was anything about, okay, you can't film and all that, but it just felt like, wow, damn drastic, as opposed to finding other ways to film.
That's what happens when you get viral. Everybody sees it and then you get the attention. I think it's great content, and it's a pity that but I don't think it's the end, right? I think he said in his earlier post that he's starting a home-based cafe. I say I'm giving him some press now. But I feel like it will not be the end, right? And he will be doing other things, and he looks like he's very grounded, very humble, hardworking person. So I think I look forward to his next content. I do feel that he also had a good run, and that it's unfortunate, but also it is a good topic to talk about, right? Like where is that line? Can you actually... once your content has children in it,
it becomes tricky.
Super sensitive. So I think this draw parallels to another creator called 𝗏𝗏, right? So when I first saw his content, I was also very surprised, pleasantly, right? But if you watch him, he is also very, very conscious about the way, he's a social worker also. So he's very conscious about the boundaries with children and how he communicates. So even though he's a very like easygoing, but actually he has a lot of in his mind he has a lot of boundaries and he knows what is acceptable. Like there are some clips of kids coming up to him to hug him and everything. He never hugs back. He's always like that, and maybe like a pat on the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's a kid, right? Like,
yeah.
and the kid, they don't know better, right? They don't know it's gonna be on social media. And then if I'm a parent, I watch it, I'll be like, hey, what is my kid like on your content? Why are you like exploiting or like without consent or stuff? It's so tricky. I mean, though it's very important, I feel it's an important work. But where are the lines? Once it comes to social media content, the lines are blurry, lah.
And maybe because my kid is not old enough to go to school yet, lah.
Yeah.
But then I guess that's the sad side of it, because it is more the how easy it is for people to gang up and bully people and all that. But partly because of social media that this becomes an issue, lah. Let's say if he changed the voice of the kid,
then will you watch it?
What?
Will you watch it? No, what?
Yeah. Because last time when we used to film on the street and we don't get consent, we would put a mosaic and we would change the voice, lah. Because I think what we tried to adopt was that as long as the person is not identifiable.
Yeah, but the very huge selling point about his content, those that did really well, are the interactions with the kids, right? You watch them, they are very innocent, they are learning, and very cute. And then so a huge part of the attraction of his content are the kids, right? So I don't know lah.
But so that means, but then you think the members of the public also should step in for these kind of things?
Yeah, that's the line, right? Like parents, members of public, who who is the one complaining? I don't know lah. No lah. I think mind your own business, but I think parents have a right to raise it up. And then I think more than anything, I hope like there's a school that's supportive
of
right, or like if it's very clear to because we don't know, right? We don't know whether the first time when he's setting up his store and everything, did he discuss with the school that he will be filming? Did he discuss with the school that there will be a camera? Did he discuss with the school? Probably not. I don't know, but I would think probably not.
But then it was going on for quite a while, his content.
I mean, how many parents are on TikTok? Maybe not that many. I don't know.
So when you go viral, then you get the attention.
Exactly, right? And probably, I don't know, I allegedly, you don't know that if that one kid, if I'm that parent of that kid, I would say something. I think I would say something. Yeah. So, I mean, if there's a school that actually supports this, give him the space, make a clear announcement to the parents and whatever in support of this, I think it can be a win, but it has to be communicated clearly and to all the parents and students.
Do you think your parents would send their kids there? Like you brought out a lot of good points at that. Because I'm thinking, like, let's say when it comes for me to send my daughter to school, and if the principal says, okay, you come to school, everything is great, but the stall vendors, they film interactions with kids.
Yeah. What do you think? Will you be okay with that?
Can I talk to all the stall vendors?
Yeah. Or maybe one, like maybe he has a corner store or something. Yeah. And like if you go there, I don't know, like you have to do work. You have to do a lot of communication work before you can pull off something like that. Right? Yeah.
But then it's also whether the parents want to send the kids there.
I think, so exactly. So if I was thinking initially, it was like there were some comments that say like, you can just set up at the hawker center or whatever. But then I think it's quite clear that he's very suitable to have interactions with children. And in what situation can he be empowered to do that, right? So I don't know, like beside the school, or like if he opens a cafe that is catered to kids with a lot of tuition center nearby or something, and then parents bring the kids there. I don't know, it could be something, but in the school without consent, I think it's tough. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
So then, do you think like overall this is one of those stories that paints a bleak picture of F&B in Singapore?
I mean, school canteen you cannot sell to public.
Yeah.
It's basically you are selling to kids, right? So it's not going to be like your profits are not going to skyrocket suddenly, or it's going to be a very stable income. You know roughly what you're going to be, what you're going to get for like whatever years you're going to do it. Like, that's why our canteen aunties, like you go back to school like 20 years later, they're still there.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
but
it's gonna
rising
be there,
cases of them also all saying it's not sustainable, which is why they're moving to central kitchens.
Yeah, lor. I mean, that's a bit sad. I mean, but I feel like I had a lot of memories interacting with the auntie uncles and then choosing my own thing and stuff like that. I think, yeah, lor, if it's a cost thing, then shouldn't it be subsidized? I don't know. It's subsidized, right?
Subsidized, but I think the last time when we spoke about this, I think the thing is like the footfall is ultimately limited.
Yeah.
Weekends, there's nothing. I think the rent is not significant at all, but then they need to price it within a certain range also. So if the cost of goods go up, but the price cap stays the same, then it eats into the margins.
I mean, to me, it feels like do you want to keep this structural thing, because it's not a free market anyway.
Yeah.
So basically, it's just pulling numbers and making sure that they can make a decent living and they can live like that, right? So if you cherish this part of education, which it is a great opportunity, right? I think then you can structurally create a way whereby you can attract this group of people that, you know, like kids, can communicate with kids, can teach them a lesson outside of the classroom and lead a decent, comfortable life. So hopefully we still have the space in Singapore to do that.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know what world you're living in.
Can lah. That's why we're talking about it now, right?
No, because like, I think going back to my question, to me when I read this article, it's like, even though yes, it's unrelated to like commercial F&B, but to me, I read it, I'm like, wow, F&B in Singapore already damn jialat.
It's very rough lah.
Which is why, contrasting with the article of you and your brothers taking over, I'm like, wow.
Segue.
I mean, you all publicly have a target to set like $100 million in revenue in 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's why it was very weird looking at these two different articles. I'm like, wow. And to me, as the layperson just reading the news, is like both tied to F&B lah.
Yeah.
So I can understand there's a lot of differences. Hello there. If you're new to 𝗖𝗲𝗏, welcome. We cover the news from every angle, no matter how controversial. And we're going to keep creating the best possible content for as long as possible. So it would mean the world to us if you could hit the subscribe button down below. It's free and it'll really help this podcast continue to grow. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being part of our journey. If you've been listening to us for a while but haven't yet subscribed, all I can say is, why not? I mean, it's free and it'll take like 2 seconds. So just do it now. Come on, just do it. Just do it. Do it. Okay, I'm not going to stop until you do it. All right, done? Okay, great. Thanks. That's what I was asking. Do you think this ultimately puts a dampener on people's view of Singapore F&B as the story just like that?
Can it get any lower, the view of Singapore's F&B?
Oh, so you think is a very low view?
It's very... Like the number of friends that was like, huh? Why are you doing this now? It's like almost like 90% of all my close friends are. They're like, you're like, this is like the worst time. Why would you choose to do this? It's so, it's so tough and everything.
Yeah. So why?
Yeah. So why?
Why?
That's the question. Why? Okay, great. Okay, so I think the initially when my brother came to me with this possibility, my reaction was like, no lah, I'm not an F&B person. Why? Like why? And I cannot count the number of times whereby I'm like, I go to my friend's restaurant or like cafe and I'm like, I will never do this lah. Why would you guys do this lah? Okay.
And when did your brother come to you?
Sometime this year lah. Let's just put it. Yeah. Okay. So sometime early this year. So it was just like an idea or like a possibility that he was discussing with me. So to give some context, my brother, he had this idea that he could spot F&B outlets that are not doing that well and then optimize its operations and then make it profitable. So that was his concept. But he has been an entrepreneur for Adam. I'm talking about Adam. So he has been an entrepreneur for 20 years already, and he has been in a lot of spaces like tech, like media. He also have done events and stuff. So when he had this proof of concept, this was about 2 years ago lah. Then I'm like, okay, you go and good luck, like whatever.
So 2 years ago was when you said he spotted an opportunity to revitalize.
He said, okay, so 2 years ago, he said like he has this concept whereby he's been looking at some F&B outlets and he feel like he spots a gap there and he feels like he can fill that gap and then make them profitable. So I'm like, okay, good for you. Like, go and do your thing. So he acquired 5 cafes and then he tried and optimize it and everything. And then 1 year later, they're all in the green. So they're all doing pretty decent.
So before they were not?
Before that, they were either like breaking even or just slightly, they was not doing that well.
And can we say the name of the cafe?
It's 𝗬𝗏. So we are franchisee. We are not the brand owner.
Okay.
So he owns 5 outlets of 𝗬𝗏. So that was he tried to proof of concept, right? So 1 year later, like basically, okay, like he seems to be able to prove his concept, and then his idea was actually to take this optimization of back end into all different franchisees, right? So he was even looking at like tuition centers and wellness, fitness, whatever, all different sorts of things that he feels like he can optimize. Then we somehow got into contact with Anthony, which is the past owner of Creative Eateries, and then
the guy who started it in 1992.
Exactly. So they exited their Malaysia business already.
Oh, so they had a Malaysia arm.
Yes, they had a Malaysia arm. So they exited that already, and now they have a Singapore arm, which they were thinking whether they want to exit or not, right? So then that was when we started talking, because this is a much bigger step already. We're not talking about 5 cafes. We're talking about 19 outlets with catering arms. 240, 250 staff.
And the 19 outlets also are like how many brands?
We have 13 brands.
13 brands.
Yeah. So it's not like one brand and then it's like one streamlined management. It's actually quite complicated, quite complex. Yeah. So when my brother came to the table with that idea, eventually he knew he needed a team. He couldn't have done it alone. So I was one of the person that he asked if I was interested to join him, and then that if I could lead the marketing media part of the company. So throughout this whole process of talking, right, like my answer is no lah. Like I'm not gonna do this and everything. Like no. But we keep coming back. Like either like when we look, we put, because it's so scary, right? Like there's so many things that could go wrong, and then like the landscape, it was declining while we were talking about it.
And he brought this idea to you about Creative Eateries earlier this year. So 2 years ago was.
I mean, the timeline wise, I would just say it's sometime this year.
Okay, sometime this year.
Yeah. Okay. So he came with that thing, and then there was many times, because we also got my elder brother Ash to advise us, because he's very good at deal making, structure, and all that. So we asked him for a very macro point of view. We had many discussions, and we have wanted to drop the idea for a very, very long time, many times, right? But we kept coming back. Sometimes it's because maybe an investor was interested to come in, or we saw a news that was quite heartbreaking, and then we were like
F&B related.
Exactly. So we saw so many F&B brands just shutter, right? Like long time brands, and even some are multi outlets and stuff, but they just close, right? And then we were like they are not coming back, And then we also, my own thinking is that you're basically telling all the younger people don't think about becoming a chef or opening your own F&B, because it will never work. And honestly speaking, it's so hard. It's really like an uphill battle. Unless you have really done your math to the T, and you have a certain amount of capital to burn. It's if you are opening 1 store, 2 stores, it's
damn hard.
Yeah, it's not gonna work out. So I think my brother came in with the proposition, because he's not really F&B as well. He's only done F&B for a year, but he has been doing entrepreneurship for a very long time. He knows the back end and everything. He said why don't we not be the chefs and the F&B and the stuff? We are the back end people, right? We will we'll solve the problems that the chefs cannot solve on their own, right? Like all your rental negotiation, your compliance, your marketing, your manpower, and all these problems are the problems that are plaguing. And it's like you're expecting a film. I'm just going back to this example. You're a film director and you don't have a producer. You're expected to do everything on your own while executing your creative vision. It's not doable. It's just not doable. So say, why don't we become the producer for these people? We have enough skill if we acquire this company, and then we learn ropes, we build up these systems, and then we create a structure that we can support this culinary creators and chefs to let them really shine. So that was our vision, and then that is what we will be working towards. Yeah, sorry, that's very long.
But a lot of questions. So like the fact that, let's say, what he did with Joe and Doe, it's very easy to say, I will optimize the back end, or I come up with some proprietary software, which doesn't sound like you all have. So then what is the secret sauce? I mean, okay, secret sauce is why it's called secret lah. I don't expect you to divulge anything, but what is the core competency that you are bringing? Just the skill to optimize.
Okay, so there are two things, right? Okay, it's better if Adam is here, he would tell you in real details, but from my understanding and from talking to him and watching him work, basically there is an advantage in scale. Yeah. Right? So if you have one unit in a shopping mall, you are nothing. You can't negotiate for anything, right? Basically, whatever happens in the flow, you are passive and you just have to accept it. But if you have 3 units, or if you're one of the key tenants, you have a lot more space. Same thing for food procurement, right? If you are only buying the little bit, I don't even want to care about your little $500, $1,000 business, right? But if we have enough skill, we can negotiate a better price. Right? And the manpower as well, right? With a bigger group, there are more career progression, more possibilities. You attract more talent. You can also put people in places because there are many different options that are more suitable for them. And so there's just, so one thing is this skill. The size of it allows us a lot more flexibility and leverages. So that's why he's confident that we could do this with this structure. Second thing is, it's Adam, and he has this, he seems to be able to very quickly sniff out like the inefficiencies, like every department or every different restaurants, like, okay, this is not great. Like this part, if we do it this way, if we use the data, like what time are the customers coming, for how long and all that, like we could adjust it, make micro adjustments every single place to kind of make it work, because we're not even talking about like a 50% increase, right? Like a lot of F&Bs, they're just like break even for a very long time or in the green, like slowly fading away. So as long as we can adjust those things and then make it in the green, then we have a sustainable business. So again, the devil is in the details. So I'm also watching him work and learning from how he's working right now to see how he improve all these efficiencies. So I think these are the 2 main things. And then when I come into the picture, I also bring in some marketing leverage, I also bring some media, also some of my understanding of how social media works, how you create content and stuff. So I think with that, we can also create an engine to help these people. Content, like we were talking about Rainer, right? I think the amount of effort he put in his content, right, is probably just as much as in his cooking and his selling. So like if we can take that away, or we work with them to create, right, give them a back engine, it's so much easier for them. So you just take away the stuff that it's hard for them, and then focus on the things that they are good at, and then we form collaboration. Of course, this is it's going to be dynamic, and it's going to take a long time for us to structure it out. And I suspect, not confirmed yet, but I suspect it will be, we need to kind of have moving parts, because there are some culinary creators that are maybe good at cooking but also very good at marketing. Then maybe why don't we just, marketing wise, you do our own, and then which parts can we do together, and then we collaborate and then bring it under the group. So that is our long-term plan.
But I mean, so in some way that's saying that like there's, everything we hear about restaurants and F&B outlets not surviving because of rental costs and all. Well, what you're saying points to the fact that, okay, those costs are one thing, but there's a lot of inefficiencies. Is that something that...
Actually, I think, right, we don't think that we are in a downturn, F&B.
We, as in you and your brother?
Me and my brother, our conclusion after we had multiple discussions and looking into all the press and everything, I think we don't have a downturn in the sense that there are actually more stores, more F&B outlets opening than closing. Do you know that? Right? Yeah. So, I mean, how can you say it's a downturn if there is growing?
Because it might just be people thinking that it's easier than it is. And then they start and they realize...
Most of them don't survive the first year. To be fair. But that means... But people are not stupid, right? Like if it's constantly opening, that means there is a demand and there are people that are interested and then they are doing right. And also, to be honest, so basically, let me put it back. It's just that we think that it's a transition. We don't think it's like nobody's...
From what?
We don't think it's like nobody's eating F&B anymore or there's no demand for F&B. More like what people want from F&B is different, right? Maybe I feel that they are more value-driven now, that, you know, it feels like it's getting more and more expensive. So people are looking for good deals. Also that there are a lot of big international companies coming in and then like they are playing a completely different game. They just come in and then they kill everybody with their price and then we cannot survive. So we feel like it's a transition. We don't know the finality of that yet. We don't know how it's going to land eventually. We are in the midst of a transition. So when we are in a transition and not a downturn, that means there's opportunities, right? As long as we can keep our company afloat and we are very dynamic and flexible and we are looking at what's changing and we can respond quickly, I think we can. That was our thesis, that we can do this, you know? And then also very importantly, Creative Eateries they are not like ill-managed or in the red or anything. They are a great company with good staff loyalty and good management and everything. It's just that we are bringing more resource or more leadership. So like they have more resource to be more nimble rather than just trying to cope with the changing landscape.
But then when I was reading the article, I was like, then why is Creative Eateries selling?
Because Anthony want to retire already lah.
So that's mainly like, because he started it in 1992. His daughters were involved for a while, and one of them is still the CEO.
Yes, Bonnie is still the CEO. Before we took over. So I think Bonnie also has been doing this for a very long time, and I think she wants a bit of. I can't speak for her, but from my conversation with her, I think she probably wants to explore other industries, other possibilities as well. I think she just, it's just another stage. It's nothing to do with, it's not one of those like, it's not working. It's not.
Because part of me, that was a question. I was like, okay, F&B in general, the feeling is like, wow, everything's going to shit. Then there's this company that was started in 1992. It seems like they have a good range of brands and they're exiting. And then you get these three people, not in F&B, coming. I'm like, what's going on here? So you're saying that it's not the fact that the company was not doing well. It was...
I tell you, we were vetted. Me and my brothers, we were vetted.
Interview and all.
So because they are, I feel personally like Anthony and Bonnie, they care more about their legacy and their staff. So to them, this sale is about transferring it to a management that care. So they actually had to meet us and see who we are, study our background, make sure that we are not here to, strip their company into
You got to
pieces
send them the podcast you do with us.
Maybe watch now, then don't want to sell us. So we had to go through that, and I could see from them, and even now I think they are still very, very supportive. You see, like the fact that Bonnie is staying for a year, and the way she's behaving, she's just as committed. I see the amount of work and effort she put in, right? And the patience she has, like guiding us in this, right? Wow, I feel like, if I just take it as a job, like, I sold the company, I can just do my bare minimum or just whatever professionally. But there is still that heart and she still cares about the brand and the people in there. And when I don't can share, I think can lah. I mean, when we will announce it internally before we announce it publicly. And internally, when we announced it, we went to different groups because it's a huge company. So like different parts, you can actually see how tight they are. Like people were crying and, like there was a lot of love between like Bonnie and the staff. And I felt so sad. I felt like I was, at the end, I was telling them like, I hope we can earn the same amount of trust and that you guys have given Bonnie.
How you feel? Like they are crying about the outgoing CEO. And then you and your brothers are taking over.
Yes.
So you never feel like, how did you feel?
Actually, I feel quite happy because I feel like there's so much emotion in this company and the staff care about each other, that this is their CEO, but they've been working together, and so many of them have been working in this company for like 10, 20, some 30 years.
Right from the start.
Yeah. And then when you see the way they interact, it feels like a family. So I feel like, that's when the stress actually started creeping in. I realized that
Only then,
very big. It was stressful before, but it was stressful for a lot of external reasons. I looking at the numbers and the data and can we do this and all that, you know, the anxiety of that. But then the human aspect of it, it really kicks in when we first started to announce internally the new management.
So then what was the vision that you and your brothers sold to the Anthony Wong and his family about what you all will do? That maybe they, not say they couldn't do, it was not time for them.
I mean, just who we are, and then that we want to work on it, we want to optimize it, we want to bring in more resources, we want to grow it, we want to be marketing focused, we want to bring big data into the picture and all that. So they know what we're gonna do, and then they know we care and they know we are committed. So so that was it lah. And I think Anthony likes my brother. I hope so. Yeah.
But I mean, the very public goal that you all have put out is quite a goal.
It's very like, it's very
So like, what made you come up with that goal? Or is it just like,
we want a goal that we could see how to get there, but it was challenging enough that we are going to be scared lah. Yeah, and then the staff are going to be scared lah. Like the crew, everybody will be like, oh, okay, this is what we're trying to do. But if we win, everybody wins, right? So we will want to create an incentive system whereby we win together, and then if it's a rough time, we eat it together. And I think they already have that loyalty. A lot of the staff there that they also know F&B is very rough. They also know business is business, and then like we come in and we are telling them, of course it takes time to earn trust, right? We are just like unfamiliar faces, and then F&B now we say like, oh, we got bought over. There was a lot of, people are going to be worried, like, especially after like 12 cupcakes and a lot of like, negative news, right? Am I going to get fired? Am I going to, like, all my bonus gone and everything? So we are keeping everything the same, right? We are not firing anybody at this point. So we wanted to, so we just wanted to ensure that we are steering the ship, optimizing it, expanding it. That's our goal.
So that means, have you always had this optimistic viewpoint of F&B in Singapore? Or is only when this came out, you look at the numbers, you look at the opportunity, then your opinion changed?
I feel like we are taking it from a very different perspective, right? Initially, my perspective, like, I'm running one restaurant, like the numbers just don't add up, right? And I have no experience, I can't do. These are the two things that are the biggest issue. So with the numbers and the data, I told you before that we are tackling it from a back-end optimization and a marketing-led way, right? So when we broke it down and my brother told me like what he's going to do exactly, and then we run the numbers and everything, and then I was like, okay, from this perspective, it's doable. We're like, it's doable, right? It's just there. Of course, there's going to be risk. It's not going to be free, but it's calculated risk. And do we want to do that? And do we have the capability to do that? And it's yes. And then the experience part, like, I'm not experienced in F&B, right? I don't have experience, but do I have experience in marketing and content creation and producing and stuff? Like yes, I think I have value to share there. So knowing that I can keep to my lane and the other parts are settled by other experts, and then knowing that the numbers and the data and the way that we are approaching F&B is different, makes me feel like, okay, maybe we can do this. And then once we commit to it, then we commit to it. So now we have committed to it very publicly. So I hope to see. To me, the day where we can start to create a outlet, a store, a new concept, right, based on this system, right, will be the day I will celebrate. Like, oh my God, we finally got here. We can actually now do this. We have the back end to support this thing.
So that means you all have a stage that you want to get where, the system is there.
Yes.
So now every new brand is just go through the system. And
yes. Right now, to me, I feel like it's also, we already have so many brands under us. Yeah. So it's a great experience for us to see how we can actually cope with a food group that does so many different kind of cuisines from all over the world, different people. We're going to have to deal with like Chinese chefs and then, like Thai and all different sort of people. How can we manage that, in a more internal and group way? Then we will move on to like, how can we unite these brands into like a very robust like membership system so that they get very rewarded and they will try every one of our brands. And then with these two things, then we have the leverage to go to the third part, which let's start a new concept with F&B creator that we feel has a lot of potential, has a drive, very interested, but doesn't have the back-end support. Let's create a brand new.
So like a plug and play almost.
Yeah, we wanted to create that. So once we get there, that's our longer term goal. Once we get there, then I think I'll be very happy to see that our vision is we can actually execute our vision. Yeah.
But then what about the fact that, hearing you talk about optimization and enhancements, then it kills the soul of I thought F&B is supposed to be all about, pouring your heart into the food, but you're talking about optimization and all that.
I mean, I have to disagree, right? Because I don't think we are taking away the soul. I feel like we are very like corporate term, but like empowering the soul. Let them do their cooking. Let them cook.
Let them cook.
Let them cook. Let them cook. Let them if they have a concept of an experience, let them go execute it. Let them go show us what you have in mind. And if we see it's viable, these are the support we can do. And then if we come together, we look at the numbers, we can do it, then we'll launch it. So I think we're enabling these visions to continue to exist or be created rather than like just gone.
But has that always been your perspective on F&B? Because you're at the end of the day, you're an artist first, right? And art
I'm an
is
artist
all
first.
about
Yes.
So, but then how has this been your POV of like F&B all this while, or only more recent times?
I think it's been I've been an artist for all my life, and one of the most frustrating thing is that like you don't get a good team, or like people don't really care, and then you're just doing factory work. That's very frustrating, I'm sure you know. And also when I see resources being put in the hands of wrong people, I get a bit frustrated also. Like why don't we give these people these resources to the people that really can execute it, or really care, or really interesting. And so to me, I'm an artist first, and then about like 6 years ago, actually a long time ago, I've been exploring, but 6 years ago I started producing also. So the only reason why I produce is that I enjoy watching the resources go into the hands of the people that I feel can execute it.
Actually, our first interaction with you was you as a producer of your own YouTube content.
Yeah, so that was me starting to explore that path. Yeah, so exploring like what does it mean to create something, to take a director-producer role and stuff. So from then on, I've also produced some like branded stuff for people behind the short films and stuff. So the only reason is very tedious, and nobody knows they are doing it. But when I funnel it to the people and then I see them do their thing, I watch them cook, then I'm like, wow, 𝗪𝗧. Like, wow, watch them. Every time I watch them at doing their thing, maybe it reminds me of me when I get that rare opportunity on set to really, really express myself, to be in my craft, and when I see it in other people, I also feel quite happy. And then so to me now, I'm seeing it from the F&B perspective. But at least for me personally, I think I'll get a lot of satisfaction when I see that we are putting the resources and the support for these people. So to me, I'm just producing for these people. Produce and let them cook, let them shine. Yeah.
You think that is a narrative or point or aspect of F&B that isn't talked about enough? Because whether like when I read the news about the bleakness of F&B in Singapore. And then when we have people like 𝗓𝗍 on and hawkers or F&B people, because we've had KFC on, he talks about the heritage, he talks about the culture.
Yes, I watched
we've had 𝗓𝗍 on, who is a hawker who adopts a very similar kind of mindset. She's third generation, optimizing and doing the numbers and all. Do you think that F&B is overly romanticized or not in Singapore, to the point that people don't think about to do F&B, you need to have a solid back end, and I say that in air quotes, because even if you're a small team, you need to have your processes in place.
I mean, it's a business, right? At the end of the day, and you need to do that. And it is overly romanticized in the sense that it's a passion industry. Once you're in a passion industry, right, you are always treated the worst, because you can get paid damn little and you are still like, yeah, I'll do it because I love it.
You love it.
Yeah, like an actor like that. I'll do it because I love it. Or like, like a director. Directors have directed films for 3 years of their life and not made a single dollar or used their own money. So, F&B is 100% a passion industry, right? How many of your friends like, my dream is to open a cafe, a bakery, a restaurant that's
because
like
it'll help
this,
me
like
retire
that.
or get a
retire
house.
in it. Yeah, it will help you spend your retirement money.
Yeah.
So, but it is definitely, there is that aspect of it. But the reality is that you really need to have your plan out, or you are really just burning money. Yeah, you can really just burning money. So, and it's also common sense, right? Like, it's a business in the end. The numbers, it matters. The problems are going to come. And you're going to spend more time as a business owner dealing with those problems than doing what you love.
But then do you think, given the context of Singapore, that is the only way to think about F&B in Singapore? Because when you go on social media, you look at other people in other countries where maybe there are hinterlands where cost of living is not that high. They can open up a small cafe, they can provide for their family. Do you think we just need to accept as a society that in Singapore, that's not the way to do F&B? If you want to think about doing F&B, you need to have scale.
Is it just a Singapore thing? I think in any first world city, it's going to be like that. Yeah. I mean, in Singapore, in first world cities, it's not an option unless you have a lot of money and you don't really care about your bottom line, and then you're just doing it as a hobby to spend time, and then your parents left you a shop house that you don't need to pay a single cent of rental, and then you're just hiring your best friend to be a barista. I mean, you can still do it, it's just money, right? Yeah.
But I mean, I'm asking that because I think there is still this desire, even for me, right? I would like to think that as a Singaporean, let's say if I wanted to stop all this, I want to open up a masala tea store, which is on my to-do list, because I think Singapore masala tea is damn hard to find. But then if I were to think, is it unrealistic for me to think that if I just want to open up this one stall and be able to take care of me and my family, it's like wrong city.
That's why we're here. That's our vision, right? Like, can we help you do that? Like, can we let you open this one store or two store? Maybe you can, if it's successful, multiple stores, so that you can have this dream. Because right now everybody's thinking like you. Like, no lah, cannot lah. Don't waste money. Don't do it. Don't even dream about it. You stop thinking about it completely. So that's so unhealthy, right? That means in the end, what is our landscape going to look like in the end? It's just huge multi-chain international brands, full stop. And that's the trend now, right? So how do we keep our smaller brands and have new concepts and ideas? And
also, you're thinking of like appealing even to people like me. Like, I want to just open one masala store.
I mean, I honestly, maybe I'm very idealistic and whatever it is, but to me, like, I want to have, like, like I don't want to name like specific brands, but there are some really good memories of brands I've been to, and I'm like, wow, like why?
Not surviving.
How can that be? I thought they are very popular and everybody knows their name. How can they be not surviving? And even a lot of small bakeries and cafes that are also not surviving. Of course, it's still going to be very highly competitive, right? It's not like, we come here, then we give you money. It has to be financially viable, but we can help share that load. We can work together. So I believe that it's doable. I believe it's doable.
But then do you think there might be some cynicism from people? Because, let's say our journey as content creators, we have signed with a multi-channel network before that came to Singapore from the US, said, we have all these systems. We have helped these creators in the US, triple their revenue. You partner with us, we will take a cut, but we will do everything for you. In the end, that partnership was shit. And after
because they didn't bring in deals, right?
Yeah, they didn't bring in. And after a few years, they just fucked off from Singapore and took a lot of IMDA money. And then it made us feel like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Were you involved also?
No.
Okay, but you know. No, that Hook is a different one. This was even pre-Hook when we were doing YouTube. So we signed with a YouTube multi-channel network that was called Maker Studios. Came from the US.
Oh, I remember.
Sold us this dream. You sign with us, yes, we will take like 30% of your revenues, but we'll bring in deals. Over 2 years, we got one deal. And at the end of the day, I think Terrence and I were like, you know what? We're not going to rely on these sort of people to do the heavy lifting for us. We want to make sure end to end, we can remain independent. I can imagine F&B owners also saying that, who's this Andie and Ash and Adam? If they are going to take some of my revenue, never mind, I can do it myself. So
sure, do it yourself. Great, good. I would love it if you could do it yourself. And you should. If you can do it yourself, you should do it yourself. but not everybody can. And to push back on that, Maker Studio left without any repercussions, I assume.
No, they got bought out.
Okay.
And I mean, while they were here, they got a lot of IMDA grants. And which, I mean, there was a vision, there was a dream. But for a creator, we were like, we didn't see much of the grants.
I mean, all I can say is that we are a local company that's been here since 92. We are very public. You know who I am, putting my reputation on the line here. Also that we are going to be transparent. I can't promise that like every deal is going to be, like, I don't know. I don't know yet. We are not even at that stage yet. But we are going to be transparent about it. Yeah, we're going to let you know what we can and cannot do and how. And if we get into that deal happily, like we all know what's going to happen and we know what we can do and you know what you can do. And then hopefully that will work out. But we are not based in the US. We are here. We are here and we're doing it right now. Like, do you want to try? You want to give us a shot? Do you want to, So let's see lah. Let's okay, for the skeptics, I would say maybe judge us when it happens. Maybe don't judge us now. But if you think that this is a doable format, if you think that the vision and the hopes that I have, it's doable, then can we give it a shot? Can we try? I don't know lah. Can we try lah?
So then the vision, I mean, now you have 19 outlets, 13 brands. Is it the goal to grow those brands, but also more brands, or like in 5 years, right? When you hit your target of 100 million revenue, what does that look like?
More brands, more outlets.
Masala tea store. Masala tea store.
I mean, like, we are. Once we get there, we know we have the back end. Then we really can start to talk about who is the most suitable partners to do this with, right?
And are you all developing like tech, proprietary?
We
stuff?
want to, eventually that's our. I was talking about short term, mid term, and long term, right? So the mid term wise, we will be developing the tech, and the membership system also comes with the tech. Right?
So there's no membership system now.
There is a membership system, but it's we want to upgrade it lah. We want to make it even more tech savvy. We want to make it even more user friendly, easier. Right now we do have one.
And you have a big promo also, right? That started 15 November.
Yes, thank you very much. It's called the $1 million stamp rally.
Wow, Singaporeans love $1 million
stamp rally. $1 million stuff. So basically, if you visit 3 of our outlets under Creative Eateries within our promo period, which ends on the 13th of February, whatever you spend on this amount, whatever amount you spend in these 3 visits will entitle you to a 50% voucher. So if let's say you spend, there's a minimum spend of 150 plus. So within the 3 visits, if you let's say spend 150 plus, then in total, we will give you $75 in vouchers.
Wow.
And then we will give it until we hit the cap of $1 million. So once we give out $1 million, then no more. That's our cap.
Was that something that was already in place or something that...
No, it was not. It was our idea to do it to kind of celebrate this acquisition.
So it was the first instance of the Chen brothers.
You can put it that way.
You call yourself the Chen brothers?
We don't, but thanks. Bang brothers, I don't know.
So that was like the first. And what do people have to do? Do they have to sign up or?
So you go. It's actually automatic. So once you sign up as a member, it starts already. So every time you pay your bill with your membership, then the membership is your phone number. So you just go to a store and then you log into a member and then you pay. Then you will be logged in already.
I see.
Yeah, automatic. We also have this activity that is attached to the promo, which is a layered card, where the first visit you get a chop, and then the second visit you get the second layer of the chop, and then the third visit you get the third layer, and then it forms a complete picture. So once you have a complete picture, you know you have done your 3 visits, and then redemption period you will get your vouchers.
I see. Yeah. So I mean that probably took time to put in the work. So like the announcement came this past Monday, 17 November. When did you really start going full into this?
So you're asking all this. So be honest, because we only signed on the 3rd. Right. So before that, I mean we couldn't have created this whole thing in 13 days. So I had to work before that to at least have the outline of it, and then I have to thank our marketing department in Creative Eateries as well, that like once I brought it in, then they're like, now I have to do this. We have to get this done. And then like just everybody just like work double time to get it into place. So I really have to thank them. So I come in, I never even prove that like I'm going to take care of you all. I'm going to, you can trust me. I'm like, hey, you do this overtime Saturday. So it was.
So that must have been quite daunting for you.
Very daunting. Actually, it's very, very daunting. So I thank them for trusting me.
Because you are the chief marketing officer, right? And the team must be how big is the...
We have a marketing team of 6 right now.
6, I see. So you immediately took over. Was there a previous chief marketing officer? Or this
no,
is kind of...
No. No. We have a marketing manager. So he was taking care of and then we also have Bonnie, the superwoman that takes care of it. So so like I come in and then they kind of... I mean, they already know a lot of things that, it's in their system. They are able to execute it quickly. But there were quite a lot of changes and firefighting to get this thing out. And but we really wanted to do this promo and kind of let people know that, like, people know 𝗬𝗂 𝗏𝗏, people know Bangkok Jam, but they don't know that it's all under Creative Eateries, right? So we wanted to take this opportunity to let people know that, hey, do you know like this brand that you enjoy is actually under this umbrella, and there are other brands as well. And as a thank you, here's a voucher.
So I mean, even the name Creative Eateries, what was the vision of Anthony Wong at the start? Exactly. Was it similar?
Exactly, right? Like when my brother came to me and then like he showed me a name, I'm like, wow, this food good has the word creative in it. It's like it's very tempting. Interesting, right? So and then so I think Anthony's vision initially was that he wanted to create very unique experiences. So every time you go to one of their restaurants, it's like a completely different experience, completely different kind of food, completely different kind of service style, completely different kind of presentation. And that's why we ended up with so many different brands. That was his vision. So in a way, that's why I say we are continuing the vision that they had. Instead of just, my brother was like, there was a point where like, do you want to change the name? I'm like, don't you even think about it? Like, why would you do that? Like, there's a lot of legacy in here. And the fact that they put it in their name shows that this is a priority for us. Like, we think the creativity part of like F&B, it's key.
So I mean, okay, that's all the side on the business front and all that. But okay, for you individually, because in one of the articles also said, you jokingly said it might just be a midlife crisis, right? Like how are you seeing this? Is it a midlife crisis? Andy, you okay or not, bro?
It's 100% midlife crisis.
Why? So then, like, what does this mean for you? And why, after literally telling us like a year ago, bros, I want to, focus on other things and all that. Then now we see this announcement, and we're like,
when I talked to you about that Zen, not doing too much phase, right? That I was already in the midst of doing that already. So about a year into that kind of lifestyle already. So and then after that,
I remember the last time you came, you were telling me outside, you know what, your diet, you should do this. Why don't you send me this? I'll give you your diet. I'm like, Miss Andy, okay.
I've been doing that, and I was I'm going to try and continue. But I mean, and I actually do enjoy that. And I think in a way that also led me into this venture, because like I've been so focused on being an actor, right? That's all I care about. Like 90% of all my time, I'm trying to become a better actor. But as I hit 40, I realized like you don't become a better actor by like, I don't know, like memorizing your lines better, because you already know the technical stuff of it already. So eventually, like all forms of art form, it's about living life, right? So my midlife crisis is like maybe I should stop being so stubborn. And I should be more open to the possibilities, whatever life will bring to me. Then I'll be more open, because I don't know what's going to happen in the end, right? Before 40, I was like, I know this is the end I want, and I'm going to get there. And there's by hook or by crook.
And what was that end?
To become a world-class actor. When I was young, it was to be the best actor in Singapore. That was my 11-year-old dream. And then it was to be an international actor, to be able to work on international projects.
And that's why you went to Taiwan.
That's why I went to Taiwan, So, now I'm 40, I'm like, why am I so stubborn about this thing? It's man-made, right? It's created by myself, right? Like I keep forcing myself into this little gap because I just say so, But you don't know what your life is going to be, right? 20, 30 years later. So why am I stopping. So as long as something that comes that lines with my principles, that lines with something that I feel like I'm passionate about, I'm willing to spend my energy on, then maybe I should be more open to it. And so also I did a cycling program called 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏 which is still on now, where I cycled 500 plus kilometers across Vietnam. Yeah, so I don't
recently.
Yeah, recently, just yeah. So I can't really cycle at all. Yeah, so I was like, okay, if this is presented to me, then okay, let's try. So
you didn't start that, you participated.
Yeah, so it was so for that show, which is still on now, you can go and watch it.
It's a show.
It's a variety show on Channel 8. You can also watch it on MeWatch and YouTube, if I'm not wrong. 𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏 𝗓𝗓 So basically, we have 11 artists, and then we are riding from, in lakes, we are riding from Yunnan, China, all the way back to Singapore.
What?
So every artist take like one leg. So I took the Vietnam leg.
I thought like,
not together. Okay. So one artist, sometimes two, one artist will ride like from Yunnan to Vietnam. That's 𝗵𝗲. Then he passed the baton to me. And I ride another, and then I passed it to Naomi and 𝗓𝗏, and then and so on and so forth. So I ride to the last part where they will ride back to Singapore. Yeah, and then we are raising money. We're raising money for charity for that. Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, like, there's one side of you personally, but you also have a family that's based in Taiwan and all. Like, how are you thinking about it? Because I mean, I have a kid now.
I'm worried, yeah, you have a kid now,
yeah. Worried in what way?
I mean, I've been away from them for 2 months now, just here. Like, yeah, and usually when I'm filming here, I still do spend quite a lot of time on the phone with them, and I'm very in touch. But honestly, these 2 months I have not. I have been, it's just work every day, then sleep, work every day. So, so I need to reconfigure for sure. And last night was the first night, because my wife came over for our media day, and then she left one day after, immediately. So the next morning. So like, it felt like, shit. Like, if you don't see it, it's not so bad, right? Like you see it, and then like she leaves, and you're like, I haven't really spent quality time for the past 2 months. And then I was talking to my son on the phone yesterday also, and for the first time he like really missed me. Like last time when I'm around and all, he's still he doesn't, because I feel like we spend enough quality time together that he doesn't bother him. But yesterday was that night on the 17th was the first night I actually saw him. Like, I can tell he missed me. Yeah, then I'm like, I'm gonna have to adjust it. I'm gonna try to juggle this thing.
But how does that drive you in any way to
actually, I'm still that guy that I'm not like I need to become a what. It's not. I'm not there anymore, right? So to me, it's just like how do I systemize the whole thing so that I can live my life with a pace that I can and not drop any of the balls. When my boy so I'm now a business owner, and then I'm an actor, and then I'm a father and a husband. So I need to juggle these 5 balls at all time, and I cannot drop any one of them. So I need to get to a pace and rhythm where I can juggle them.
So it's just like your business. It's all about optimizing the back end. This is the back end of Andie, right? You got 5 brands.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not the best at optimizing. It's my brother. I'm just like just shove everywhere. So I will because I have a very different way of living also. So I mean, company structure has many ways, right? There are day-to-day, there are project-driven stuff, there are, like restructuring and all. There's many different aspects, right? So where can I create the most value while keeping this rhythm that I can? Is what I can contribute. I can't do like 18-hour days and don't give a shit about anything else for like 6 months. That's not the life I can do anyway. So it will have to be structured in a way where I can fulfill all my duties.
Are you surprised that a year after you told us you're into the slow life that you're doing this, or that's who you are?
No,
you're not surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, you're surprised?
I'm surprised. Can you tell me? I'm a bit scared. I'm surprised that this is happening now, but I've committed to it. I am honestly excited, and I do feel a sense of purpose to get this done. But at the same time, I'm also scared because it's a lot of work to do and a lot of people depending on it.
I'm actually not surprised.
You're not?
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so from the first time we met you already, you were already a very established actor. And we met you because
hardly, but
we were doing a YouTube workshop where you were attending it.
Oh, yes, I know what you mean.
And what the fuck is this guy doing here? Then after that, just, I think it's very easy to, once you accomplish something in one field, to just like be complacent. But you've never struck me as someone like that. So last year when you say you go do his wellness, I was like, please this guy started his own business. He is an artist. There's that itch that's going to come back. Maybe hindsight is 2020. But yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, to me, I see it, I feel it more as like a curiosity. So like when I joined that YouTube workshop with you guys, it was just like, what's this thing? Like, and then there are these creators that are creating work that I think is pretty interesting and good. And I'm like, why don't I? And they invited me, so why don't I go and learn, and understand? And so this constant curiosity-driven thirst for understanding things. It's I think probably that's the reason why he has brought me all these different opportunities.
Because you're also not going to stop acting, right?
I don't think I ever will, honestly. Yeah, that's my one condition when my brother came to me, is that I always have to be an actor first. So, yes, I can commit a huge part of my time to this thing, but it has to be structured in a way whereby when there's a project that really, really attracts me, an acting project, then I will have to do it. Yeah, so it has to be structured in that way.
And if that project is shot in Singapore, all the food to be provided by Creative Industry.
We will give a good discount. Yeah, I got 250 stuff to feed. Don't stress me like that. Yeah.
So I mean, if where would you want to point people to? Of course, sign up for the thing. But I mean, just now looking, every brand has their own social media accounts and all, right?
Yes.
So where if there's one thing you would say to people who, whether they're skeptical or not about your new venture about F&B, where would you point them?
I would say I'm planning to be sharing this process of working towards our vision on our main group page, which is Creative Eateries,
bro.
Hashtag haven't. I mean, we haven't had time to even consider that. Yeah. But for me personally, I feel like I want to be very transparent, and that's the way I've been working with my brothers. We are very in your face, very ruthless. The way we talk, right? We just pure accountability. We put each other in very uncomfortable position because of our own insecurities and stuff. But it all comes from a good place, and I think if I could, I would like to build this somewhat publicly. And then, and hopefully with that process, just like Rainer Tan, showing all this, the way, like how he set out on the first day, how he's doing, how he's spending his time, how he's cooking. And then towards what he wants to do. I think if I could build that and people could see that we are sincere, authentic, and we are transparent, right? And then, we will build trust that way. And then maybe more people will come and join our cause and try and make this reality of building the plug and play for our culinary chefs and creatives. But hopefully this vision can come true. I that's the only reason I'm here. So I took this up, is to get this done. If it cannot be done, then I don't think I'm interested. So yes, please, if you are interested on this journey, then you can join the Creative Eateries webpage on TikTok, on Instagram, on Facebook. Right now, it's still the typical restaurant kind of posters and food, but we'll be posting updates. Yeah.
Wow, solid. And of course, your own profile also.
Our own profile also, yeah.
Okay, solid. Cool, man. Thanks for sharing. I mean,
thank you.
I genuinely am excited to see where this goes, because F&B in Singapore, it's something that Terence and I have spoken so much about. We've spoken to so many people trying to do things, and there's so much to not lose. And wish you all the best, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cool. So now we just have the one final question, the one shot.
Okay, can we not? Very stressed more we talk about the work. No more stress. Let's talk about something more relaxing.
No, but I think it's important people see the stress. Because when you read the articles, it's like, everything glitz and glamour. No, but if you weren't stressed, I'll be worried. Then I'll be like, this guy just goes through midlife crisis.
The headlines are like, 7-digit,
Yeah.
Like, where do you think the 7-digit come from? It's my freaking retirement fund. What are you talking about?
Really,
we have skin in the game. Yeah, we are worried.
So
we
it's not just raising
committed.
other people's money. Yeah.
Also got other people's money. It's a huge company. But so we have only a small handful of investors and then our own money. And then, so it's like we're going to give it a try. That's all I can say. Like we have a clear vision. We feel like we have the capacity to do it and we are going to try. We are going to try. Yeah.
Wow, solid. Cool. Okay, so now something less stressful.
Yes, please.
Less stressful. The One Shiok Thing. So I got my One Shiok Thing first, and I can go first. So you got a bit of time. So basically, I saw this one video on the Flow Track YouTube channel, which does content about runners and marathons and basically long distance running. So there's this video titled Best of 𝗘𝗁𝗍𝗍 Bottleman 𝗘𝗁𝗍𝗍 at the 2022 Berlin world record marathon. So the 𝗘𝗁𝗍, he's one of the greatest, if not the greatest marathoner. So basically there is this person who is dedicated to his bottle delivery craft. His name is 𝗂𝗁𝗍𝗍. He's a 57-year-old German engineer who lives in Berlin. So he personally handed 𝗬𝗥𝗦𝗀𝗍 the bottles during the race. I don't know if he is the designated water bottle handler, but I think he might be, because if you look at the video, basically 𝗘𝗁𝗍𝗍 is running. This guy would cycle up with the 𝗘𝗁𝗍𝗍 label on his arm and stick out a bottle just for 𝗘𝗁𝗍𝗍 to take as he's running. And I think all of them have their designated bottle man. So you can see him, if another runner's coming, he hides it, then he gives it to 𝗘𝗁𝗍𝗍, and then every time 𝗘𝗁𝗍𝗍 takes a bottle, he's like this 𝗂𝗁𝗍𝗍𝗍, he will celebrate, and then he'll get on his bicycle.
Who will celebrate?
The bottle man.
He will celebrate successfully passing the bottle.
Yeah, it's damn sweet.
Oh, really?
So he'll be like, yes, got it. And then he'll get on his bicycle and cycle up. And I think these are designated bottlemen because they got a lane to go. So each marathon runner has their own bottleman.
Wow.
But it's so sweet. I think he handled 13 aid stations at the Berlin Marathon. And each time, he's just so into it. It's so wholesome to watch. And so it's, you would think the bottle man and all that, they're just doing their job. Wow, this guy, he makes you feel so wholesome. And it was a world record time that 𝗬𝗥𝗦𝗍𝗍 ran. So very, very, very inspiring.
There's something beautiful about being part of something magical.
Yeah.
There is, right? I won't say even, because actually the bottle handling is quite hard, quite difficult.
It's damn
there is craft to it,
because this guy is running at world record pace. If you give the bottle wrongly or something, you fuck it up.
Then no more world record, and it's because of you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I thought this was supposed to be relaxing. It's so stressful.
No. The video is very, very wholesome.
Okay.
Because in the end, he breaks the world record. So what about your One Shiok Thing, man?
Yeah, honestly, not much time to do any One Shiok Thing recently. But the one thing I watched to wind down now is Physical 100 Asia.
To wind down?
Yeah, wind down.
Okay.
Yeah, because damn shook to watch also.
Is it?
Yeah, have you watched it?
I've watched Physical 100. I want to watch Physical 100 Asia.
I think this is by far the best.
Because of the inter-country rivalry.
I think they handled it perfectly. And it's the first time, not the first time, but I think they have the best cinematography for a reality show.
Really?
Yeah.
So, the cinematography even for Culinary Class Wars was damn.
I suspect it's the same company.
I think so.
Right?
So.
It looks like the format is similar. But I think it's very nice to watch. And there's something very attractive about the simplicity and pureness of physical endeavors. And you can see it.
They're all superhuman.
Pure. Everybody except 𝗦𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀. 𝗦𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀 is
Oh yeah, 𝗦𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀 is inside.
Do you see this TikTok or IG reel? It's they were announcing the prize money if you win this. I can't remember, millions of dollars. All the athletes are life changing. Yeah, and then 𝗦𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀 is not as motivating for him.
But is he still damn fit?
He's still pretty fit, but he left halfway through the competition.
It's finished already, the series?
No, I think the last 3 episodes just dropped. I haven't finished watching yet, but it's really very nice. Athletes, it's just pure and powerful and
But there's no Singapore team.
Yeah, why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
And all the Southeast Asian team, like, very... okay, spoiler, shit.
Which are the Southeast Asian teams?
So they have Indonesia, Thailand, Philippines.
Oh, Philippines.
Yeah, no Malaysia. And then they have Mongolia, Japan, Korea, Australia. I think there's one more.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's very interesting to watch. And it's so hard to tackle. Right? Everybody speaks their own language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you do a show like that? Just the vision and the ability to pull it off. And this time around, there are the spots they do are so much more rounded. And they added a lot of elements whereby you have to have a male and a female in. So those were my critics for the last few. If you are like a big strong man, you win everything. If you're like a woman, you lose everything. Right? So now they have a lot of elements whereby different types of people will shine in different aspects. And I thought it was just great to watch.
I mean, speaking about international sports, it reminded me what was supposed to be my One Shiok Thing, which I didn't put in my list of potential One Shiok Things, is the fact that Singapore fucking won yesterday night. They beat Hong Kong. And they are qualified for the Asian Cup for the first time since 1984. But it's the first time they qualified on merit, because in 1984 they hosted it, so they got automatic qualification. And it's just so heartening. But also because we had 𝗬𝗲𝗍, the interim head coach, on our podcast a few weeks ago before they played India, and they have qualified. And it was so sweet. In the article today, he said he cried after they qualified.
When is it gonna?
Next year it's going to be in Saudi Arabia, I believe. And
don't know when yet.
Yeah, no, I think maybe the dates are there. But it's just so amazing to see and there were videos of like fans watching it in a shopping center and all that. I don't know whether it was Singapore and all.
Bring back the memories. Yeah.
And it feels like, wow, this is it's so amazing. The Men's Asia Cup, not published. But yeah, it will be happening next year or the year after.
Okay.
2027 Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia.
27. That's a year later.
Yeah. So but the fact that they qualified and they came from behind. They won 2-1. They qualified. So damn happy. And feels like momentum.
That's a good one.
And I hope 𝗬𝗲𝗍 is considered for head coach because he's the interim head coach. There have been news that they are looking for head coach, but to me, I'm like, what more you want from the interim head coach?
Yeah,
he got us qualified. I really hope there is more push for that. He's a young guy.
Okay, now I'll go watch the episode of the podcast.
Yeah, he's a solid guy, and it's just so happy. So there's One Shiok Thing by a mile. Fuck yeah, man. But yeah, man, cool. Always good to have you, man, Andy. And to everyone listening, thanks for listening. Please follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, and Telegram. Yes, and we'll put all the links to Creative Eateries, to Andie Chen's profile in the show notes. And you can sign up for our weekly newsletter. There's all our One Shiok Things, including the ones we just discussed. And thanks again, Andy.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. And we'll talk to you all very soon.